Hello students, welcome you all in the lecture series of inventory control. In today's video, we will discuss about static demand models. In previous video, we have studied about the inventory control, what is inventory, what is the need to maintain the inventory, about all this. We deal with the inventory models in which demand is assumed to be fixed and completely predetermined. In the static demand models, demand is static, that is fixed. Such models are usually known as the economical lot size models. Basically, static demand models are categorized as model 1, 2, and 3. Again, model 1 is categorized into three parts: model 1A, 1B, and 1C. Similarly, for second A, second B, and second C, and similarly for the third model, it is also categorized into the three categories. In this video, we will discuss about model 1. In model 1, we discuss about the economical ordering quantity model without shortage. This is the main important. This is the without shortage. We are not considering the shortage cost in model 1. In all the three categories, we are considering without shortage, model 1A, B, and C. First of all, we discuss model 1A. In model 1A, we are considering that demand is uniform throughout the year, throughout the time. These are the following assumptions which are studied for the model 1A. First assumption is demand is uniform at a rate of R quantity units per time. R is the demand rate. Second assumption is lead time is 0. Lead time means the time between the placing an order and the delivery of the items. Third is production rate is infinite. Fourth is shortages are not allowed. It means you will not entertain the shortage cost. Fourth is holding cost is rupees C1 per quantity unit per time. It's most important, per quantity unit per time. And sixth one is the setup cost, that is rupees C3 per setup. It is also called the ordering cost. Now in this model, our aim is to minimize the total average cost per unit time, and we will find an economic lot size, that is EOQ, economic order quantity, so that the total average cost will be minimum. How we proceed? The method is, first we take the small q. Small q is the inventory or stock already present in the beginning. Then average inventory is equal to 1 by 2 into Q, half of the total inventory. And let inventory carrying cost percentage is equal to capital I. Cost of 1 unit is equal to C. Now product of these two, C and I, it is called the C1, that is the total carrying cost. C1 is equal to C into I. Total inventory carrying cost, they are determined as average inventory, that is Q by 2, into the carrying cost. Because carrying cost is directly proportional to the size of the inventory. As the size of the inventory increases, carrying cost also increases. It depends upon the size of the inventory. It is calculated in this way. Here C1 is the holding cost or carrying cost. Let demand rate is equal to capital R. Then the number of orders per year. Number of orders is equal to R by Q. That is demand rate upon inventory, stock size. And let assume that ordering cost per order is equal to C3. Ordering cost does not depend upon the size of the inventory. It depends upon the number of the orders. As the number of the order increases, the ordering cost will also increase. Total annual inventory ordering cost, they are calculated as number of the order multiplied by the ordering cost per order. In this way, we have calculated carrying cost and ordering cost. To find the total cost, we will add cost given in equation 1 and the cost given in equation number 2. Then summing up the total inventory cost in equation number 1 and total ordering cost in equation number 2, we get the total inventory cost as TC. C is the function of Q. C is cost. It depends upon the lot size. It is equal to Q by 2 into C1 plus R by Q into C3. This is the carrying cost and this is the ordering cost. Because in model 1 shortages are not allowed, therefore we are not considering the shortage cost. Our aim is to minimize this cost. So to find the minimum cost, what we will do, we take the first derivative of C with respect to the variable Q is equal to 0. So differentiate this. C1 upon 2 is the constant term. Derivative of Q is equals to 1 plus R into C3 is constant. Derivative of 1 by Q, it is equal to minus 1 upon Q square is equal to 0. From this relation, you will calculate the value of Q. Q is equals to Q square, it is equal to 2. First of all, we write here C1 by 2, it is equal to R into C3 by Q square. Now Q square is equal to 2 into R into C3 upon C1. So Q is equals to square root of 2 into R into C3 upon C1. This is the optimal ordering quantity. Therefore, we can put extrinsic or star on the Q. Provided that second derivative of this C with respect to Q, it should be greater than 0. You can find the second order derivative and you can show that it is positive quantity for this particular Q. So that we can say that this cost is minimum at this value of the Q. Therefore, we can say that this Q star is equal to square root of 2 C3R by C1. This is the optimal size or economical order quantity. By taking this much lot size, you can minimize the cost. So put down the value of Q in the cost equation. Your cost equation is given in equation number 3. This is the cost equation. Put down the value of Q here. You will get C minimum. C minimum is 1 by 2 into Q. This is the value of Q into C1 plus R into C3. 1 by Q. 1 by Q is reciprocal of Q. We can take the reciprocal of this term. Now, by adding these two terms, it's simple mathematics. You will get this formula. It means your C minimum is equal to this one. This is called the optimum inventory cost. You have to remember these two formula for the numerical purpose. Next is to obtain the optimal interval of the ordering. It is denoted by T star. We use the formula Q is equal to RT to find the optimum interval of ordering. Therefore, T is equal to Q by R and it is equals to 1 by R into we can substitute the value of Q which we obtained in the formula for the EOQ, and we can get T star is equal to this one. It's called the optimum ordering interval. At what interval you have to order so that your cost is minimum. And next is the optimum number of orders. Optimum number of orders is calculated as, this is again R by Q, which we have discussed earlier. This is equals to R by Q. So N is equal to R into 1 upon Q. This is the reciprocal of Q, and you will get N is equal to square root of C1R over 2C3. In this way, we can calculate all the numbers in the model 1A, which are used for solving the inventory problems in the real life. Thank you for viewing this video.